Imagine vividly remembering a conversation, a trip, even a childhood pet. Now imagine discovering it never happened. Not that you misunderstood it, not that you forgot details, but that the event itself never existed. That uncomfortable feeling you're sensing right now, that's your brain realizing something it really doesn't like. Because we're taught to believe memory is proof. If you remember it clearly, it must be real. But neuroscience tells a very different story. What if I told you your brain, the very vault of your past, is constantly inventing memories? And what if I told you this isn't rare, accidental, or pathological? It's normal. It's happening to you right now. Everything you think you remember could be a lie. That sounds extreme, but it's scientifically proven. Your mind is not a recording device, it's a master storyteller, and it will happily rewrite your past without asking for permission. Let's start with something unsettling. Millions of people around the world remember the same things, the same way, even when those things never happened. Movie quotes that were never said, logos that never looked that way, historical moments remembered incorrectly by entire generations. This phenomenon is often called the Mandela Effect, but the name isn't the important part. What matters is this. These people aren't confused, they're confident. They don't say, "I think this is how it was." They say, "I remember this clearly." And that confidence is exactly what makes false memories so dangerous. Because memory doesn't work the way we think it does. Most people imagine memory like a video file, stored, archived, unchanged. But memory doesn't live in one place. It's not retrieved, it's rebuilt. Every time you remember something, your brain reconstructs it from fragments, sensations, emotions, assumptions, context. And in that reconstruction process, accuracy is optional. Neuroscientists call this reconstructive memory. Each time you remember an event, you're not opening a file, you're rewriting it. Details get added, others fade, some are replaced entirely. And the terrifying part? Your brain doesn't tell you it's guessing. To make sense of incomplete information, your brain relies on schemas, mental templates built from past experience. If you remember a birthday party, your brain fills in balloons, cake, smiles, even if none of those things were actually there. Not because it's careless, but because it's efficient. Your brain prefers a coherent story over a true one. Now add cognitive biases into the mix. Confirmation bias pushes your memories to support what you already believe. Hindsight bias convinces you that you knew it all along, and suddenly the past starts aligning suspiciously well with your present identity. You don't remember facts, you remember meanings, and meanings are flexible. This is why two people can experience the same event and remember it in completely different ways. But false memories don't just form internally, they can be planted. A simple suggestion, a leading question, a repeated idea. Are you sure he wasn't wearing a red jacket? Doesn't that place feel familiar? You told me this happened before, remember? Studies show that people can be convinced they experienced events that never occurred. Being lost as a child, meeting someone they never met, even committing crimes they didn't commit. And once the memory forms, it doesn't feel fake. It feels vivid. In fact, false memories often feel more real than true ones. This is called the vividness paradox. The more emotional a memory feels, the more we trust it. But emotion doesn't equal accuracy. Fear, nostalgia, love, these emotions strengthen memories, but they also distort them. Your brain prioritizes intensity over truth. This is where things become dangerous. False memories don't just live in your head, they spill into the real world. Eyewitness testimony has sent innocent people to prison based on memories later proven false. Families have been torn apart by memories of abuse that never occurred. Entire historical narratives have been reshaped, not by facts, but by collective misremembering. And once a false memory becomes part of your identity, challenging it feels like an attack. Because if that memory isn't real, what else isn't? This is why memory recovery is so ethically complex. Trying to uncover forgotten memories can sometimes create new ones instead. Memories that feel ancient, detailed, undeniable, and completely fabricated. The brain doesn't care whether a memory is true, it cares whether it fits. So let's return to something deeply uncomfortable. The memories you trust the most, the clearest ones, the ones you'd swear under oath are real, those are often the most vulnerable to distortion. Because confidence is not a sign of accuracy, it's a sign of familiarity. Each time you remember something, it feels more real, not because it's true, but because you've told the story before. So here's the question that lingers long after this video ends. If your memories can lie, if your past can be rewritten without you noticing, who are you without them? And how much of the person you believe yourself to be is built on stories your brain invented just to make sense of the world?